primping. It says I'm live. Let's see how it sounds. Oh, it sound. How's that? Should I turn it up a little? And I can't remember. It's one side it's not good on, another side it is. I might have that backwards. So we'll see. Can you hear it okay? Hey, Keith. Can you hear it okay? Keith is like my number one watch guy. Oh, yeah. I'm totally waiting. Okay. This is just me. This is like, just, I don't have hair. It's just, this is what I look like after a week of being down. And like I say, for those who've never watched before, you know how when you're a little kid in second grade and you're jumping off the roof with your dad's umbrella because it's bigger, the roof of the house, and some asshole walks by and goes, "You kids gonna break your necks." Well, I broke my fucking neck when I was a kid doing the Mary Poppins thing, and didn't find out about it until my 40s. There was a couple of times that had a couple like horse type accidents and go in for X-rays, and they would talk about my neck, but they didn't really, um, didn't really like go into anything with it, so I didn't think anything about it. Well, I was in a car wreck, let's just say 18 years ago or so, and to not get a mouthful of airbag or do like that and re-injured it. So I've got this nerve damage stuff going on. And this, if you can see it, is their hives. And it's something neuropathy. It's a big $10 word that they charge you a couple $100 to tell you what it is. But it's, when I Googled it, I'll come across the old MRI stuff and I'll tell you the exact name of it. But anyway, when this flares up, it is not shingles because it goes all the way across the back, and shingles doesn't cross the spinal column. There's news. But when this starts, it starts inside, and I'm just down. My neck won't tolerate the weight of my head, and so I can't even sit up for like an hour without. What the hell? Somebody lost weight. And so anyway, that's what that shit is. Could be worse. Could be leprosy. So anyway, I've been down for like a week, and this is what I look like when I've been down. And I didn't fix up, and I'm not gonna get into the habit of getting all fixed up for videos and shit because I think that's bullshit. Like I say, I am not a product. I am not what do they call it? Marketizing? Is that what they call it? I forget what they call it, but it's like, no, fuck that. I don't even watch YouTube videos except like if I need to know how to do something, or it's a documentary or an anime. Donghua. I watch Donghua reviews. I love Kukulin. I love him. Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. And that's it. That's all I watch. I don't watch any of that other trendy shit. None of it. So I want these to be genuine. In case you're wondering about the picture that I held up, it's something out of my journal. It's something that I did. I was going to do a video on journaling, and I just thought anything other than just, a picture of me. And the Russell Bear is clear over there. So I had several messages when I came online because I'm online constantly. It's when I came into social media. I had a lot of crazy. What did you think about the Super Bowl? What did you think about the halftime show? Which is hilarious to me because number one, first and foremost, I am not a sporto. I don't watch sports. I used to watch gymnastics. I don't even watch that now. Nothing. I used to watch gymnastics and horse things and figure skating, and then the whole, you know, figure skating went to shit, and I was even on the track team. I just don't watch sports, and but Super Bowl, you know, you watch, and I was 3 years in a sports bar, and for somebody to 10 bar in a sports bar who never even watched football, don't even understand what's going on, made me a hilarious bartender apparently, because I came up with my own rules about things like, "Oh, he grabbed his shirt. Oh, that's not good." So I had my own step. "Oh, he grabbed his hat. You can't hold on to their hat." And the guy I worked with was super mega football, and he was an icon here. His name was John Beers, and he was just an iconic bartender. Looked like Gomez Adams, but he talked like Harvey Firestein. And he would go, "It's called a helmet, goddammit." And I was like, "No, you can't grab his hat. He grabbed his hat." So they always liked the stuff I came up with. "Oh, he hit him right in the ankle." And one guy flipped a guy over his shoulder, and he goes over into the bleacher, into the little bench thing. And I was like, "Well, that seemed uncalled for." And it was called unnecessary roughness. But anyway, that was, you know, that's me in a sports bar. And but I do watch for the commercials because I did do a year at the Art Institute of Atlanta way back when I was like 16. And I was way too young to be in college. And forced to study something I didn't want to study. So I know a little bit about commercials and illustrating and that sort of stuff. People wanted to know about the book that I wrote. And I was trying to think how to do uh, a link to it, but it's called Irving. Um, Let me call it up real quick. Try that. Um, let's see how that works. There we go. And then I will just drop a link in the chat and you can find it. Very easy. So it turns out I'm a natural merchandiser, but it's because I illustrated it, you know, co-authored it. Well, hell, the whole book was my idea. And anyway, so I know about commercialization and art and how they make card commercials and what they're doing. And we even had to take psychology, which we called Mindfuck 101. I mean, you gotta remember, it was 1976, 77, 76, 77. Tony was born in 77, so it's like, yeah, up until the end of summer semester 77. And uh, I learned a lot, you know. I mean, this is back, they didn't have computers to do stuff. Oh, everybody say hello to the world's kitschiest. That's one of my prized possessions, that rhinestone seahorse. I fucking love that thing. And I know that in the 60s, it came with two babies. I just fucking know it did. But I love my rhinestone seahorse. So everybody say hello to the seahorse. You can see some of my art over here. If you look at a magazine ad, you know, that's called the layout. And we have to do that by hand. You know, now they use computers, yada, yada, yada. But back then, man, you had to be good with an X-Acto knife and you had to like glue that shit up. And I fucking hated that shit. But I never forgot a lot that I was told. And then in my 20s, I did model a bit. I did makeup for Austin's, but in Atlanta, but that just for their portfolio shoots. Did a little bit of runway stuff, makeup. Um, Enough to know that I hated it, but I liked the money. Um, but not because I was particularly spectacular looking. It was I had a look back then. It was, and it's in the back of that book, is androgynous. I didn't even know what it meant, but um, to be semi-athletic, I guess, and 6 feet tall, or 5'11", and I just know about commercials. So when I watch Super Bowl, it's usually sorry, this shit itches like a son of a bit. It's usually to watch the commercials because those are like supposed to be, well, you're paying $1 million for 15 seconds. It's just I want to see who's stupid enough to pay that kind of money. And okay, I got to do something with the camera here. There's a bit of a. I keep duct tape over my camera on the laptop. And so when I peel it off, it leaves goo. But anyway, so what did I think about the Super Bowl? Well, let's pause a moment and talk about commercials just for a second. I thought the commercials were forced more than usual. They were, it was like pounding. It could have been my mood. Because of this, I've had to like uptake steroids and all that, so I tend to be a bit strident when I'm like that anyway. But they felt forced. It's like, yeah, we're America, we're great, and we fucking know that we're fucking not right now. So I think that's stupid. That's mindfuck 101, which is what we called the psychology class. I think I said that. And there were two things that really stood out with me that, actually pissed me off and I had to like walk away. And that was showing all these women in their spacesuits and they're walking to get on the rocket. And they get on the rocket and down the side it says a cosmetic. Considering two little things, they wouldn't even be in space if it wasn't for a woman doing the algorithms back before anybody even knew what the fucking algorithm was, so that they could work out the math and have the computers. And number two, another woman is who discovered about the window to get in and out of the atmosphere, etc. That aside, um, that would be like, say we are a species like wolves, but we need to be inclusive, so we're going to include coyotes. So let's do the coyotes coming down on the spaceship, and they get in the spaceship, and then it's like saying Acme down the side. Women would be on a regular fucking spaceship, not a cosmetics bullshit, Now, in that, at the same time, I have to say, I saw in the store Beekeeper Barbie, and there was another one, but I have not yet seen Mechanic Barbie. I have not yet seen Engineer Barbie. I've only seen Beekeeper Barbie, and this other one, I can't think what that one is right off the bat. But I've got a long way to go, girls. Long way. The other was using Wonder Woman, and I can't remember what she was selling. I thought it was a new Wonder Woman movie, and then it wound up she lassoed something. And I was like, you are fucking kidding me. The only Marvel type comic that was a woman, again, with the cosmetics and the chick shit. And that pissed me off. That totally pissed me off. And those were really the only two woman-oriented commercials that I noticed. Then again, I didn't see the Clydesdales either. If you follow me on Facebook, you see that I said, "Where the fuck's the Clydesdales?" But I think that could have been a lot better. Halftime. Okay, number one. Wow, J-Lo is in great shape. Is she like 50? Holy fuck. Look out, Tina Turner. She's kicked your ass. But I think it was very clear that, okay, this is the Super Bowl kids, and you are going to emphasize marginalized races. I don't care who you pick. Gotta be a woman, gotta be marginalized. There you go. Um, I do like, and one thing that I thought was great, I thought it was subtle, it was probably unintentional, but I saw it, was in the halftime show, and I don't know which one's which, so don't even start with me with that. But it was when whoever sings with that children's choir, and they came out with the children's choir, and they were all in these like little things of light, like an egg beater, and I was like, good for them. Kids in cages, good for them, because they're going to show how, oh, we love our Latino friends. And at the same time, they got that statement in about kids in cages. So, yay for them for that. Fuck your wall. Fuck you, Trump. And I just think that the emphasis by the censors, they got that past the censors anyway. So I did like that. Um, the rest of it just kind of gave me a headache. It was really shrieky. And, I just, I'm just not into that stuff. And costumes are fabulous, but I think they were, and the electronics were out off the charts. But I really think that they were pressured to, okay, we need to have this, we need to have that, we need to have this. And they did it, but they got their little statements in at the same time, which is way better than another popular singer who's my age, like by 2 months. World peace. Bitch had been a billionaire since the 80s. Whose world? What world are you talking about? You don't live in the world poor people live in. So it's like, okay, it's better than that. But I'm not into that kind of hype. And like I said, the advertising sound it was forced. Um, this forced unity kind of thing. There's just it's just we'll wait and see as far as what's going to happen. But so anyway, enough people messaged me and wanted to know, and them's my thoughts. That's what I thought about it. A few things really pissed me off, so much so that somebody that lives here asked me, "Did you take your medication?" I was like, as a matter of fact, I did. This is why I can't watch television. It's because I know that all the way down to camera angle. I know the manipulation, and I just won't be a part of it. With the horse thing in the horse industry, they've taken it so far too far. Too many die, and they're doing nothing about it, and the rich continue to get richer on it, off the addiction of gamblers, and horses pay the price, and I just won't watch it anymore. Hunter jumper stuff, same thing. Any kind of event horse is overdone, all of it. It all needs to be rewritten, and it doesn't need to be, because you know what? Fuck PETA. Fuck them. It doesn't need to be shamed or anything like that. It just needs to be less than a mile and a quarter to run. These are not animals like they were 100 years ago. They're different. And it needs to be adjusted for that. It's that simple. You don't see them running 50-mile marathons, because a 30-mile marathon made Starbucks a fuck ton of money. No, you don't see them doing that. So, it's just a little common sense to me, but apparently not to the rest of the fucking planet. So, them's my thoughts. We'll keep this short. I don't know how long is it. Ooh, it is short. Um, I have a lot of thoughts about the feminine thing and advertising and all that, and I'll do a video on it. Right now, I just need to feel better, and when that happens, um, it's not consistent right now, so that tells me the thyroid is still doing this, and then this flared up as soon as the thyroid got normal. Um, I started having trouble with the neck thing again, and that was something that the doctor said, let's get the thyroid handled first. So, thyroid has to stabilize. That's going to be another 3 months at least, just watching numbers. And so far, I'm just going in once a month. If it goes really whacked out, then I'm, to call. But mostly, we had a severe temperature flux, so that had a part of it. But it was this, it's just a flare up of this. It is something neuropathy, and it is 100% caused by old neck injuries. It's the same thing across the board. Everybody gets it, and it's what leads to people having to have surgery, and that kind of stuff. And which, as I said, yeah, that's not going to happen unless it gets really dangerous because they're not as careful with poor people as they are with not poor people. And I'm left-handed, and this is on the left side, and we're just not gonna screw with that as long as I'm making art. So them's my thoughts. Uh, I do have to say, kudos to them, the kids in cages thing. I was like, "Boy, I got past them. They passed them in both lanes. Phew, make it look like an egg beater." But I saw it that way, and I hope a few thousand others saw it that way. Um The only way advertisers and anything of that scale is going to pay any attention is when people refuse to be a part of it. It's like, "Oh, well, I won't watch that. Oh, did they advertise on that? Well, then I can't. I'll have to get their competitor and not that brand anymore." That's where they listen. There is no mind. There is no new ideas. I mean, just look, there are no new ideas because they can't have ideas. Narcissists can't have ideas. Did you know that? They only steal them. So there's nothing new. They're just recycling the same old shit with new clothes, and nothing's going to change until if people make it clear they're not going to tolerate it. And the only way that they will be heard is speaking with the wallet and not anything else. You can do all the fucking data mining you want to do. It doesn't matter if you don't spend money anywhere. So, uh, it would have been good if it had just been a normal fucking spaceship, or rocket that they got on. I think Wonder Woman lassoed Tide, I think. So that would have been nice. If it had been anything except a fucking soap commercial, would have been fabulous. And they could have laid off the "we're okay," because we fucking know we're fucking not. And that just means that they think that the American public is stupid or can be easily manipulated if you're quiet about it. And that goes all the way back to 1930s Germany and a guy named Goebbels. So, something else to Google if you feel like it. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Um, I'm not a sporto. I'm not going to be made into one. That was pretty good, pretty good game, I guess. I have more fun watching people watch football than I do watching football because I have that tracking thing. And it's an eye deformity, I guess, or just a differential. My eyes are always a little more uh, dilated than other people's. They don't get as small as other people's, and because of the things that I talk about, I always got accused of being stoned. I'm allergic to pot, so no, I'm not stoned. People get stoned to get like I am all the time, and it's an eye thing, and on video, I can't track fast movement, so my eye won't see it. My eye just will not see a ball on video. Now, I can see it in person, but I can't see it, so I've never watched a hockey game, it gives me a headache, and so I don't watch football. I watch people watch football, 'cause to me, it's way more interesting, and, yeah, the crowd here was worth watching. So, there you go, and nice and short, 25 minutes, less than 30 minutes, yay! And I'm gonna figure out how to do a video that isn't live so that I can edit it, and it won't be this long rambling shit that they have been, but I haven't figured that out yet, and I don't know if I maybe took that off in the task manager because I don't like Microsoft's video stuff, but we'll see. Anyhow, there you go. Happy Sunday, happy Imbolc, which I didn't really celebrate. I didn't celebrate anything because I just didn't feel good. Um, but anyway, if you celebrate it, happy um, Imbolc and Groundhog's Day, and I guess Super Bowl if you're into that. And I'll do another one of these in a while. Bye. And thank you.